So thank you for coming to Frequency Martial Arts. I'm Coach Ed. Have Professor Bruno Bastos visiting from Midland, Texas. For individuals who are coming to the website who are not familiar with you, can you give us your resume?
First of all, thank you, Eddie, for the opportunity. Bruno Bastos, my name, of course. I've been training jiu for 32 years. I've been black belt for over 21 years now. I'm a fifth degree black belt. I'm a two-time martial world champion, five-time no-gi world champion, and Abu Dhabi World Pro Master champion as well.
And on the way here to the school, we were actually talking about how you felt like you and your wife finally made it. Can you share that story?
Yes, because for example, today I'm here at Frequency Martial Arts, working for group private, like teaching workshops today, tomorrow. At the same time, my wife running our kids class, all levels kids class at our school, the adults all levels class. One of my black belts running the competition training for the adults, and the coaching stuff at a tournament, like coaching kids and adults. And then, so what I mean by we made it is because we see that the system works, right? I think a lot of people found that like, oh, I had to be hands on in everything. And I feel like now Patch and I have made the point where everyone from the kids to the parents to the senior students, when they see that our system works with, we don't have to be there all the time. And I think that is a big key to be successful in any area of your life where like you develop something that don't depend on you to the things go right.
The ability to delegate and have a team that you can trust to get the job done.
Exactly, because I feel like some people maybe for a lack of knowledge or feeding their own ego, they don't wanna people to do like, oh, the I do best, I do better, right? And for me, if I feel like if I wouldn't trust all the people that working like with me, like not for me, right? Like with me, if I wouldn't trust them, why they are working with me? So I think there's a big plus on our school, and then for any school and or company like in any field of or society, where you know that what we're working and implementing, and if you understand that you have to trust people, and then people trust you, and then things are gonna work out well.
Yeah, and one of the things that you and I we had a great conversation last night. We were just talking about how if the choices we made, if we didn't make those choices, we wouldn't be the people who we
Mm-hmm.
are today. And one of the things that you were talking about was like right before COVID hit,
Mm-hmm.
you and your wife moved into a new school,
Exactly.
and then a few months later, COVID hit. You had to shut down. What was going through your mindset when that happened?
Michelle, I'm gonna be honest. Like I was about to panic because in one point, so we opened November 2019, March of 2020 shut down with the COVID pandemic, and then like insurance dropping out, and then it wasn't about lack of support. It was like a lot of companies were like letting go there because they don't have money as well, right? And or the companies to don't let go their worker would like send them to other cities, like bigger cities, stuff like that. But then we have a meeting with one of our business mentor, and then he helped us a lot on the managing part. And then I think that's another thing as well, like the importance of having mentors in your life, right? Doesn't mean that you have to be just like one person. Can be different persons in different phases of your life. And in some phases, you're going to be more than one mentor because life has different areas as well. So I think that was key for us to be able to listen more experienced people, learning more about the business side, and then today, like less than 3 years open, we're going to complete 3 years now in November, having around 400 students.
And what year did you start training jiu-jitsu in Brazil?
Oh, like
I don't want to
now,
age you.
yes, like you aging me like 1990. So May of 1990.
Okay, so you go back to May of 1990. No one really knew what the
No.
internet was going to be, if there was, something that you saw, like a lot of people in America, they were first exposed to jiu-jitsu because of the UFC. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember having to order the videos through a magazine, waiting for the videos to
Mm-hmm.
come. But now you have the internet. Any move that you're looking for, you can just jump on your phone, look
Mm-hmm.
that up. How do you feel that has either helped your students or really maybe hurt their learning curve because they have so much information at their fingertips?
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned like so much information at fingertips, right? The one thing that one of my best friends, Victor Shaolin, he said one time is that sometimes too much information is no information, right? One thing that I try to get with my students is like learning how to learn, all right? Learning how to learn, not only like picking moves here and there, but actually like understand why you're doing the move, or like the reason behind the move, against who you're gonna use, right? Because sometimes I feel that people wanna force techniques, and something that for me is like you have to understand the purpose of each technique, how you're gonna catch people, either is sweeping, passing, like whatever the reason may be. So I feel like today, if you know how to learn, all the information that I have out there can benefit you a lot, from instructions that you guys can buy from YouTube, like from nowadays even TikTok, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna watch a TikTok video before you jump on a class, and then like, oh, let me try this.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, okay, let me try this, and then like, why? But why? What's like? How is the explanation? Somebody explain to you. So I think that like learning how to learn is a big key to students be successful in getting good at jiu-jitsu.
Okay. And then speaking of, instructional videos, how did your BJJ Fanatics instruction video come about? You shared with me the other night,
Mm-hmm.
and it just totally blew my mind.
Yeah, so I was teaching the kids class, and then we were working a half guard, right? And then my wife comes up and then, hey, just do a video saying that you've been teaching something that you do since you were a kid now for the kids. I was like, what? Like, just do the video. It's 15 seconds. Gonna go on the stories. I was like, okay. So she started like recording, like, go. I was like, okay, hey everyone, I'm Bruno Bastos, teaching half guard for the kids, something that I've been doing since I was a kid, and now the kids are learning. I'm proud of this, something like that. And then she tagged BJ Fanatics.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like about 5 something on the afternoon, and then like I made home at 9 something on the night, and I already have a message from BJ Fanatics about me coming over to film the instructional. So it was cool. So I always play that with Pink in the brain. I'm Pinky, of course. My wife's the brain, and then like, but that's how it went, and then went well. So I went to do another two, like a close guard attacks, and then top half guard attacks. We're negotiating for more stuff to come. So I'm happy that I like simple idea, like basic, because it's basic perspective, right?
Right.
But that simple idea that she had now like is another like income that we have like every month.
Yeah. And so when you go out, you said you go out to Boston to film
Mm-hmm.
those. Is it how long is that process for you? I mean, do you have it laid out how you're going to go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
film, or is it I show up and go over maybe what the producers want to see?
Like for the half guard specifically, like was like everything was ready. Like I wrote down everything before I go. I want to make sure because I'm known for my half guard, so I want to make sure that I was going to put every information that I believe was good for everybody. It wasn't anything to be hidden. Like no, I want to show everything. The other ones came. The close guard came really like I went there to film the top half guard because I did the half guard attacks, and then like we did like me with Mr. Michael Zenga, the one of the owners of BJ Fanatics. I did a private for him, and then he liked some of the stuff that I showed on close guard. And like, oh, why don't you film a close guard one as well? And I was there already, so now I gotta go back to the hotel, putting together everything, how am I gonna explain like the concepts and everything. So that was like a crazy experience because was like short notice, right?
Sure.
But it's still like it came out like a really good content, um, and the proof of this is like how well doing as well. So I'm happy of the way we've been doing, because sometimes people gonna ask you to do something and you're like, oh, I'm not ready, And I could have said that, but if I said that, I would lose opportunity,
Right.
right? So work out well. So now we negotiating for more. Let's see when it comes up.
All right. And, one of the things that you and I were talking about the other night was like the nutrition when it comes to training, because
Mm-hmm.
you have, for the most part, a lot of people that are watching this, they're hobbyists. They have
Mm-hmm.
a 9 to 5 job where they go and they do the work, and then they come to a jujitsu class or it's a morning class, so they don't have to worry about being tired, after a long work day. They still get that
Mm-hmm.
workout. You know, even though your jujitsu coaching is your full time job, as you mentioned before, your hobby is the competition side.
Mm-hmm.
What advice do you give to somebody who really doesn't see themselves competing, but the importance nutrition has into their performance just in class?
Yeah, it's like you said it very well, not just about the competition, but the performance in class and overall in life, right? When I got with my nutritionist, because it's important, oh no, it's just eating well. Like, more or less, like, oh, okay, no junk food, no soda, no alcohol, okay. But you eat what you should be eating at the time you should be eating, at the quantity that you should be eating. So, and those things, like, that's when comes the professional help. So I have my nutritionist Natalia Chantry, that she changed my lifestyle. She changed my lifestyle. You guys can look her up on Instagram, Natalia Chantry.
Yeah.
All right, she changed my lifestyle, and then a lot of people still asking, but like, you like ultra heavy, right? Like when it comes to like competition, right? But I don't have to make weight. No, I don't have to make weight, but I feel so much better to teach, like dealing with the association, like obligations, seminars, playing with the kid, like, because yes, I'm a full-time coach, but I have the wife, I have the kids, the dog, important to say,
Yeah.
right? Like everything, teaching the classes, training, weightlifting, because I like that routine, like the lifestyle of jiu-jitsu, and then with like the proper nutrition, I can do much better, not only performing like on the match, like rolling for the people, but the teaching as well, because I'm moving better, like some type of like diet that I do, like then like my joints don't hurt as much because why I'm eating, how I'm eating, the way I'm eating, so my advice to all of you guys that train in jiu-jitsu is, if you guys can, look for a professional on the nutritional area, because they're going to make a big impact on your day-to-day life, and then everything that you do going to improve, not only on the mats but off the mats as well.
Right. And, today we had a group private lesson
Mm-hmm.
where teammates were able to pick your brain not only about techniques, but your mindset when it comes to training and executing the techniques. And you brought up a good point about answering a question with a question.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically, it was a question about um, pressure passing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can shine a little light on your answer with the perspective.
Yeah, because I answer with a question like, what does pressure passing means to you, right? And then like my students say sometimes that I make them think a lot. But yes, because I want them to understand what they're doing, not just a move. If you know like a bunch of moves, and then like, but like how you put them together, and that's the understanding part, right? And then for me, pressure doesn't mean only like me trying to smashing like the pressure passing, right? For me, pressure passing is a passing system where whoever where I'm going, you are unable to get the reaction that you're looking for. Either is for taking my back, either is for sweep me, either is to attack a submission, right? And then I don't have to actually be like putting like my weight on you. I can be going around, but cutting the angles where you don't have an answer, and then now you're gonna expose yourself because I'm putting you out of your bubble. So now you're under pressure, but under pressure, like mental pressure, So that for me is like what I mean by pressure. And I think it was nice for me to, it's nice to see that the students like get that view of that means for me, because when it comes to jiu-jitsu, at least for me, I feel like the jiu-jitsu itself is the easiest part. The hardest part is like, how do you get on the other person's mind to the point where you can like tap them, because like you mentally broke them to get to that point.
Okay. And then before we wrap up, what advice would you give to somebody who is new to jiu-jitsu, new to combat sports training, and at the same time, what advice would you give to somebody who has been training for more than 10 years, but they feel like they're at a plateau and they're not progressing?
So for the new person, like I don't want to go on the general term like, oh, be open to learn. Okay, but like the person doesn't know anything, so anything gonna be new. So the learning can be good or can be bad because how that information gonna be passed for the person, right? So for the new person, don't just Google what's more convenient to you, what's closer to you, but look like go for research information. Who is that instructor? Where that instructor came from? What's his lineage? Like what his background? Like all those things because in a way you're trusting yourself with that person, right? So for me, that's the biggest advice that I can give for someone starting because you want to have a good experience when you start. And as a martial art like school owner, you know that some people they don't have a good experience when they start, like depending on the place that they're going. So I think that would be the biggest thing, especially if you have a kids as well, because how you gonna trust your kid with someone that you don't know, just like you dropping off your kid, right? And then like for the ones that I think that they hit a plateau, one thing that I do is like how I would defeat myself, right? So how to pass my guard, how to sweep myself, how to foot sweep myself, how to hip throw myself, how to break my grips, how like take my back, and then I have those rounds, me versus me, on my mind, because like my master he left Rio de Janeiro when I was 16, 17. So I'm 42 now. So he still kept ranking me all the way to black belt. But I would see him on weekends, stuff like that. And then of course I have a lot of people helping me on the way, but I didn't have like one person, like one mentor, like for a long time. And that's a way that I found to keep like evolving and developing myself. So I think sometimes you in life you're gonna get a plateau, like in other areas of life as well. But like, okay, what am I doing? Like, you gotta reevaluate yourself, and then when it's coming to jiu-jitsu, like what I would do against myself on this situation. And I think that's when you're gonna start finding answers. They're gonna take you to the next level.
All right. And if there's someone watching this video and they want to come in and train with you, or if they want to book you for a seminar or workshop weekend, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
I would say through Instagram. Nowadays, social media is huge, right? So, Bruno Bastos BJJ, my Instagram, IG, Bruno Bastos BJJ. You guys can reach out to me there. I'm pretty good at answer like quick, like on the same day, because nowadays, if you let the opportunity slip away, maybe don't have any more. So you guys can reach out to me over there, and then I get it back to you guys as soon as possible.
All right. Look them up, and thank you for watching. Thank you for your time, Professor
Thank
Bruno.
you, Mr. Eddie. I appreciate you.
Take care.